we see the Bucks crowned champs, or will the Suns force a Game 7? What do you think?
I think the Suns are going to force a Game 7. And Stephen A., I have to admit, I may be leading with my heart here because I don't want to see Chris Paul go out like that. Not like he did in Game 5. Not with one of the worst blunders I can remember in the finals. That was awful. You're down 1 point. Giannis is for the alley-oop, 15 seconds left. It'll be a one-possession game, and you have the ball. And Devin Booker, between you and Devin Booker, and you keep talking about Cam Johnson, Stephen A., and Mikal Bridges, and you have a good chance to tie that game and send it into overtime at home. A good chance to still win the game, actually. And then you fouled, a dangerous foul. Under other circumstances, it would be considered a cheap shot because he was up in the air. We know that's not what the intention was here. But a dangerous foul. And one of the dumbest things, like, so now they're up a possession, they're up 3 points, and they have the ball at the free throw line with 15 seconds left. You ended the game right there, basically. I don't want to see one of the greatest players that I've ever seen. You talk about diminutive guys, right? Certainly at the size, in Chris Paul go out like that. And I do think that the Suns are motivated, that the last two games, one in Phoenix, one in Milwaukee, came down to the wire and required all-time great plays out of the Bucks in order to preserve those wins. I see this series going 7. I always did. And that means the Suns now have to return the favor, get one on the road. And I'm predicting, Stephen A., whatever Chris Paul has seemed like to us so far, much like Game 6 of the conference finals. Let's not forget, he didn't look good until then. The team was performing worse with him than Cam Payne at that point. He had one of the all-time great games to put him in the finals. I'm predicting the same thing for a Game 6 to put him into a Game 7.
I think it's over. I think Milwaukee closes out the deal tonight and wins in 6. I would tell you that I hope that I'm wrong. Because my heart is definitely with Phoenix and CP3 because I really, really would love to see them force a Game 7. And I love Game 7s, so that plays a lot in it. But where I veer left from you is that as bad as that foul was by CP3 on Giannis on the alley-oop dunk, to hold CP3 accountable to the degree that you're doing so, I'm not there with you. Clearly, it was not the wisest thing to do, and I'm certainly not saying that it is. But in the throes of action, you're thinking that somehow, some way, if you can foul him and force him to miss the dunk, then he has to go through the free throw line where he's shooting 59% from the free throw line this series. 39 of 66 from free throws. He's missed 27 of his 66 free throw attempts in this series. So he's hitting less than 60% of his free throws. Again, didn't seem that smart in the aftermath because you're thinking you're looking at Greek Freak. He's 6'11". He's a specialist in terms of dunking the basketball. He's a high riser. He's a skywalker. And fouling him put him in. It just didn't seem like the smart thing to do. But listening to CP3 post game, he said, yeah, I thought he would miss the free throws. Hell, he probably thought he would miss the free throws, et cetera, et cetera. So you're thinking that you were going to foul him before the dunk was actually made. It didn't turn out to be the wisest play in the world, but that was the thinking process, and I think basketball minds can understand that. In the end, though, here's what it comes down to. Milwaukee's bigger, they're stronger, they're deeper, and because of those three components, combined with the fact that Phoenix has its injuries to deal with. Saric, you're very thin on your front line. You've got DeAndre Ayton. He's all by his lonesome on the front court. All he's got as help is Jay Crowder. And any kind of zone that Monty Williams tries to implement. Even at the guard spot, CP3 is undersized because you got Drew Holiday or Middleton or P.J. Tucker that you're throwing at him. All of those things point to Milwaukee ultimately closing the deal tonight in Game 6. And, oh, by the way, just as an aside, Max and Molly, remember how we all thought it was 12 to 15,000 in Deer Park? And then I told y'all it was like 25,000? Apparently, they've made room now for over 60,000 people to be there tonight.
They'll get it, too.
So and they're going to get it, every living body. I mean, it's going to be 60,000 plus outdoors, and it's not going to even be standing room in this arena. It's straight fire here in Milwaukee. These peeps are ready, and I think Milwaukee answers the call, unfortunately, because obviously I would love to see a Game 7, but I don't think I will. Thank Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.